I just arrived here sa school. So I just finished, logging in the logbook. So now, yan, napapunta na po ako sa aking room. Yan, mayroon ako isang estudyanteng maganda. Yan, oh, yan. Say hi naman muna dyan. Ayan. So, yan, papunta na po ako sa aking room. Classroom. Parang hindi man ako nakapag-suklay. Pero, okay lang. Carry lang yan. Ayan, good morning sa mga people dyan sa taas. Ayan, wave naman kayo dyan. Ayan. So, ayan, masaya-masaya lang ang buhay ng mga tao dapat. Okay? So, ayan. So, this day, I'll be doing another video for our research discussion. So, you don't have to, to worry. Just leave your comments po so that I can address to whatever lessons or topic you want to talk about in research. Okay? So, huwag po kayo mahiya at matakot to share your questions para masagutan natin yung mga queries ninyo. Okay? So that I can attend to your inquiry. Okay? So, dapat ganun. Ayan. So, dito na kami sa room. Yan, napasok na po kami sa room. Ayan, welcome sa aming maliit na tahanan. Our second home. Ayan, mainit na mainit po kaya kailangan mag-electric fan. Agad-agad. Ayan, so here we go. Ayan, so nakaupo na po ako sa aking table. So I'm going now to discuss na po yung ating topic for today. Yeah. Whew. Pagod po umakyat kasi this is the third floor ng aming senior high school building and it is really mataas. Okay, it's high. So parang it will take your breath away. It will leave you breathless. Since mataas po siya. Okay, here we go. So ito na po yung ating, this is our continuation of the discussion that we had last 2 days ago or last 2 videos that I have given you. So we are done with the first and the second paragraph. Third, we will now be doing the next paragraph. So this book is in your hand is different from any other book you've read in your casework or coursework. It is your companion. It's written to inspire you with some of my personal stories or the author's stories and with practical guidelines that you can hardly find in class textbooks. So I encourage you to read this chapter to the fullest before you read any other chapter. After reading this chapter, if you feel this book is not for you, pass it on to someone else. Chances are you will not put it down because it fits well for you and your needs at this point of your academic journey. I know that you may still be in doubt by the end of this chapter. However, you will know for sure that this book is for you. So the author urges everyone talaga to really, read this and understand first the need of self-realization. Okay? So we have to realize that whatever book or material that we are reading it always relies on us as a reader. Okay? Because we are the one who will decide whether we take it or not. Okay? But if this book has been bought and you will not read it, according to the author, you really have to pass it on for whoever wants to pursue or continue their journey or study. Okay? So in general, anyone that fits in any of the categories below should continue reading this book. So the first category is you are scared of writing a thesis or dissertation. Are you scared? Okay. Are you afraid? Okay. So are you not confident of writing? So if your answer is yes, then this book is for you. Okay. Next, you detest or are afraid of writing in general. Of course, many of professional do not want to write. Okay, they would want to learn and do other other skills or for fundamental skills, but in writing they refuse to do it. Okay, because not are all good in writing. right? So it's really, really, really hard. So if that is your feeling, then this book is really for you. Next is, you don't know if you should write or a thesis or complete your master's degree without it. Yes, because I have a lot of colleagues or co-workers in this school, and they just ended up with comprehensive exam, and then they will not pursue anymore because they feel that thesis writing is really difficult and it's not for them. So I really need to encourage them to push through their master's degree on writing thesis, and then afterward they will graduate. Okay. Next is, you plan to write a thesis or dissertation. Yes, I always plan, so this book is really suits me. Next, you are currently writing a thesis. Yes, basically I am doing my thesis now. Okay, you don't know how to start your thesis. Somehow I had an idea, but it gives me more information. It gives me more idea in order for me to make my thesis very comprehensive. Okay. Next, you started your thesis or dissertation but lost motivation on the way. Yeah, actually, if you start doing a thing and then eventually no one will motivate you, then there's no motivating factor for you to push it. Okay. Next, everyone from your batch has already completed his or her thesis or dissertation, and you feel like you are a total failure about your own. Not that much, because I believe my colleagues or my other batchmates are still not pursuing their thesis or dissertation. Me, I had one. This is my second course, so I am really positive and optimistic for doing my research, okay, my thesis. Okay, next, you wish to start your doctoral program, but you are afraid simply by thinking of the dissertation writing process. Yes, because anyone could have that fear. Okay, anyone could have this feeling of feeling of uneasiness because of writing special dissertation for doctoral degree. Okay, so soon I will be writing my dissertation also, because I wanted to become a doctor of education. Okay, next, you are writing your thesis or dissertation and you have a specific target date to finish. Okay, yeah, because you really have to set your goal and date to finish your dissertation or thesis writing, because if not, you will not be guided. You will not be guided. Okay, you have limited financial resources and would like to finish your thesis dissertation quicker to avoid extra charges. Yes, it will really help us to do our dissertation or thesis writing easier, convenient, and efficient. Okay, next. It's been a long time since you finished your coursework but have struggled writing your thesis or dissertation for months or even years. Correct. Yeah, it could be. Next, you defended your proposal but lost motivation after that. Somehow, others really did not push their writing of thesis or dissertation. It's because they have their work. Okay, they have their work. It is not their priority or main goal in life. So they wanted to earn rather than writing. Okay. Next, you finished writing your thesis or dissertation and you failed. In some cases, maybe they failed and then they stopped. After failing, they stopped. So according to Michael Jordan, I fell and I had fallen 1,000 times. I had 1,000 tries before I became an MVP or a legend, right? Diyan, sa gilid. You try to look at it, look for it na lang. Ano daw kukunin niya? Gagamitin pa natin sa baba. Okay. Sabi mo sa kanya, Nak! Bahay mo dito mamaya ha, kasi gagamitin namin sa labas. Okay, thank you. Next,
You finished writing your dissertation, or you defended your proposal or finished your thesis or dissertation, and you need to make major corrections. Yes. Okay, somehow for those who have already written their proposal and they already finished writing it and defended it, but then they refuse, or they tend to be lazy on doing the revising process or the major corrections. Really hard to correct oneself, right? Okay, so these are the different reasons or categories we're in. If you find yourself for one of these categories, and then this book is really for you. Okay, do not be afraid to write it. Okay, if you fit it in any of these categories, then you have made the right choice to start reading this book. You will certainly enjoy this book than any other person. Sit or lie down and relax. You will be glad you made this decision. I know that you will be so excited that this week, if not today, you will do something about your thesis or dissertation. You can start writing immediately or start after you read the whole book. It's really up to you. Whichever way you decide to go. I hope this book becomes an inspiration to you. Wow, thank you so much to this author, Dr. Safari, for crafting this very informative and very comprehensive type of book. Simple yet very effective. Okay, this chapter starts with getting to know yourself, then it discusses some facts about the writing process of a thesis or dissertation. The goal of this book is, and the style used in this book, and the reason why it was written, who the book is for and who is it not for, why you should read this book and how you should read it. And let's explore these topics now. I know you don't want to wait any longer. Okay, so the first journey that we will be taking here is letter A, know yourself. Okay, yeah. Basically, you have to know yourself. I think it's just proper for you to know my story about how I joined the qualitative research. Just like many research foundation from the undergraduate all the way to my first doctorate, I learned quantitative research. I took a number of statistics courses. In general, I did okay. Although statistics wasn't my favorite class, I know that I did okay because I never failed any of them. Wow, very intelligent. In fact, for my first dissertation, it was a meta-analysis which I completed in 2006. 2 years later, it was published in Germany under the title A Meta-Analysis Investigating the Effect of Reading on Second Language Learning, Wamablanca 2008. Wow, it's already published. Okay. I wish I could just stop the story there, but there is the sad flip side. The flip side was about my comprehensive exam that I had to take while I was writing this dissertation. You see, during all my coursework, I had avoided qualitative research. So like most of my classmates, no one knew how qualitative research is done. Even my research professors were confused about it. In the 1990s and early 2000s, few were the people who could really understand or explain qualitative research well. The same went for the qualitative textbooks. They were confusing, too philosophical, too theoretical, and extremely less practical. So, we all found comfort in numbers, whether we like statistics or not. Yeah, because in quantitative research, it's more of statistics. It talks about numbers, okay? So, we apply statistical treatment or analysis for identifying our data, okay? For drawing conclusion to the data gathered, okay? During my comprehensive exam, I needed to address 3 research questions. One of them was on research. I was 99% sure that the question would come on the research design of my dissertation, which was a meta-analysis. This is because it was a common practice for the comps in our Department of Northern Arizona University, USA. When the question came, lo and behold, it was on qualitative research. So instead of asking me a question on meta-analysis, the professor decided to ask me the question, if you were to write your dissertation or topic using case study, how would you do it? When I read the question, I had cold sweat. I know failure had just knocked at my door. I addressed the question on about 15 pages, and sure enough, I failed. It was heartbreaking. It was humiliating. It was discouraging. It made me question whether I was really a doctoral material. I doubted myself. I doubted my intellect. I felt as a total failure. My future looked dark. Oh. I was given a second chance. I borrowed all the books I could find in the library in qualitative research and on case study. There were very few back then. I spent the next 2 to 3 months learning on my own. I rewrote my exam and passed. That had changed my life for good. When I went for my second doctorate, I challenged myself with qualitative research for more dissertation. I did very well with Capella University in USA. From there, I found myself drawn strongly to qualitative research. I never knew that such bitter experience would change my life for better. Today, I subscribe more to qualitative research than quantitative research. Wow, it's nice. Because for me, I also prefer qualitative research rather than quantitative research because qualitative is really more of, first-hand. The data would be acquired from the respondents, right? You really have to connect with them personally. You don't need to have what they call this material just to get the data from them. You only have to give them sort of questions, and then after answering, then you have your data. That's very easy. You just have to really investigate it and then analyze it very well, thoroughly. You have to analyze the data, single response thoroughly, okay, without slipping any detail, important detail, okay. So let's find out about you. Please do not use qualitative research in your thesis or dissertation simply because someone said that. Use it because you really understand its value and if it fits best for you, thesis or your thesis or dissertation. Do you have what it takes to do qualitative research? In qualitative research for you, please find out below as you consider different factors. Since you are planning to do a qualitative research study, you may also relate to one of many of the following statements. Okay, so I have here 11 statements which we will find if we as writers would have the guts and would have the chance to write a qualitative research. Okay, so the first one is you've never taken any qualitative research course. Okay, if none, then qualitative research is for you. Next, you've never conducted any qualitative research study. If none, then this research is for you. You've read few or no qualitative research textbook. You've read few or no qualitative research article. Many of your professors don't know how to guide students in qualitative research. Some of your professors frown at qualitative research in general, especially for a thesis or a dissertation. Most students of your college or university have been conducting quantitative research for their thesis and dissertations. Some people have scared you that qualitative research is hard to conduct. Others have discouraged you that qualitative research is not good research. And for number 10, you feel little prepared to conduct qualitative research for your thesis or dissertation. And the last one is you are scared because of all the above realities and yet you are willing to undertake qualitative research despite of all this. Okay, so actually the decision really relies on you. Okay, you will decide whether you will take qualitative research or not. But as for my decision today, I am doing now a qualitative research, and I find it really, really easy and very comprehensible. Okay, it's really nice to do it because I believe that it is my strength on writing. Okay, so that's all for today. We will be meeting tomorrow again for another topic, and it is about knowing some facts about writing qualitative research. So what are the things that we have to really understand before doing our research? Okay, thank you so much for staying and for tuning in, and also don't forget to subscribe and subscribe and click the red button, and then of course don't forget to share it to other people, okay, to your friends and to whoever you wanted to have knowledge about this. Okay, thank you so much, and see you again tomorrow for another knowledgeable, another exciting journey in writing qualitative research. So don't forget to subscribe by my subscribers, and God bless us all.